So when I told people that you were coming on, so hey, one of the questions that asked Kyle, does he remember he produced a track by Sherlan called "I'll Wait Too Long" from '88?
Yes. Wow. 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 I remember she excuse me. Yeah, Cheyenne.
Oh, Cheyenne.
Cheyenne was, yeah, she was cool. She had this vibe about her. New York, uptown vibe. She was down. I love her. And in the studio, that record, we had no idea what was going to happen. It was on Capitol, and it didn't really get going here in New York where we lived. But Warner Brothers would call me in Los Angeles, 3,000 miles. I said, "That's a big hit out here. This record's a hit." I'm like, "Wait a minute, why is it a hit here?" And that record just took on a life of its own. Again, Cheyenne was so, that record was her, the energy she lived that, and she had that energy about her. It was easy to make the record for her because it was her.
Mm,
Yeah, I think about that record a lot, and the process of making it was so much fun too.
okay.
Hmm.
Also, ask him, does he know about the group KeyWest that was signed to Uptown?
Wow. That's the saddest part of my career because it was my group. I was in the
Oh,
group.
oh.
Yeah.
I thought you said
Uh,
you didn't sing like your dad.
well, I had three other artists in the
Oh,
group. Terri Robinson came over from the
oh,
girls.
oh,
She was,
Terry.
yeah, she was in the group, and Tabitha Brace sang background for I'll Be Sure, and the late Dominic Trenier turned out to be a manager. We were all in the group, so it was four of us, and we had some cutting edge New Jack R&B, and we lived together. It took us 2 years to record the album.
Wow.
MCA, the whole industry was like, they're going to be huge. We had this creative thing about our video and everything. And some business stuff happened, and we broke up, you know.
Wow.
I yeah, I let my anger and get to me, and um we broke up, and we must have recorded maybe 25 songs. And I broke up, and then Dominic left, and I'm like, wait a minute, you did all that work. I mean, what I would have told myself then
Yeah.
is, you did all that work, you got to let this come out, you know. And then once you broke up, other projects and labels would try to poach the songs. Oh, I want that song. I want this. That's how good the songs were. And we took almost 3 years for it not to come out, and it's a waste because that was my group with my name, and we never let it come out.
Wow. What happened to all the songs then? How many of them came out, got released?
Ah, maybe one or two. I remember this new group at the time wanted one of them, and it was SWV, and and the writer said, "No, I want that for my album." And well, boy, that's these opportunities, that are right in front of you. So a lot of these, I'll Be Sure took one of the tracks from one of the records and made Right Now, which went number one for
Oh, I
him.
love that song. That was it. That I really love Right Now. Oh,
That
goodness.
was a sweet song. Thank you. Thank you. So
Yeah.
we people just poached that album, the Key West album, and it's like, if it would have ever came, people say that today, like, "Oh, can I get a copy of that?" We're talking 20 years later, 30 years later.
Did you have
And I'm like,
promo and everything done?
I know, we were ready to go. We met with the video guy. The video guy was photo shoots, and then something happened, and I got angry, and everybody got angry, and that was it. And then I moved to LA. So just, those bad that was bad. That was a bad situation, because those records would have changed my career.
Yeah. After all this time though, but like people like Terri, do you still have you guys civil?
While I Terry's like family.
Okay.
I spoke to Terry very recently, and I think it was on New Year's. We're still writing together. We always
Okay.
write together. Oh yeah. And Tabitha, the other girl in the group, I just spoke to her a few days ago. You
Okay.
know, so we were like family then, and we still are. You know.
But then I know there's no chance of a Key West reunion.
We thought about that 10 years ago. I don't know if people want to see, people almost 50, over 50 years old jumping around on stage
Well,
anymore. But
New Edition are just being on going on tour with Teddy and Aaron. So I don't know what you're talking about. The Rolling
you are so
Stones.
right. No, you are so right. Yeah, you're right, because we're still making records. Me and Terry, we're still, demoing records, so you never say never. Never say never.
Yeah, I mean, but what are you doing now? Because as I said, you kind of disappeared from the limelight, and even as industry changed, what's been happening with you now?
Well, I started my own label, Collective Records.
Oh yeah, you came up with Slick. Is it there was a
Yeah,
track you.
yes, with Ricardo Williams.
Yes, I remember that being
Yes,
promoted on. Yes.
yes, and that record was great. Ricardo was incredible. He's right out there with you in London, and I try to do it independently, and that's hard. It's just hard, because it's not even making records. You got to know how to do the marketing and promotion, and
Mm.
so I took a step back. But I got some talented people on the art, on the label, writers and singers and producers. I got them on the label, and we got records. We're just trying to get the right situation to get those records out. So I'm still creative, and I got some creative people around me. Even working with Eddie F. Still, again. So I'm still in the studio, and hopefully something will come out real soon.
Okay, so you haven't left the music industry, so because yeah, okay.
I'm still doing it, still doing it. Yes.
Wow. And so just as just as we just wrap up, because it's been really fascinating and great, but when you do see the industry has changed in a way where it's all
Thank you.
streaming, all digital, money wise isn't as easy. So people are now going on tours and stuff. How do you see yourself as a producer being able to make a living from that if you're not going on tours and stuff and getting a big TikTok viral stuff?
Yeah. Um, it's hard. The money isn't anywhere near what it used to be.
Mm.
Um, the major labels, even the smaller labels, they want to do business with you. So you have to get your records and your artists, you got to get it to a certain point now where they'll do business with you. Then the money's fine. But back in the day, as you know, labels were into artist development.
Yeah.
They don't do that anymore. Oh, we'll put the money behind you to develop you. No, you have to do that now.
Mm.
So, and that's where the streaming and the social media, that's part of that's your lesson, your crash lesson in promotion. If you can get that artist, whatever that artist does, if you can get them to do well on social media and sell globally, then you'll have a record company, a big one or a small one. Then they'll come in and do business with you. They're not going
Mm.
to do your business for you. And that's the one thing you need, that young people have to know about the industry. That's the big change.
So with that, is the hope that Collective Records will partner with a major of distribution, or what's the hope?
Yes, Namdi, I totally, I know that's going to happen, because the records are there, the talent is there, the artists are there, that's all there. Again, you have to find the right situation. There've been some situations that have come over the last two years, but it has to be the right situation. Because one thing that I know for sure is that the records, and that's what I control the most. The records are there. So it's just a matter of time where that right situation, someone's going to, and anybody out there listening, give me that opportunity to get my records in your hands and support my artists and support my producers, and everything is going to be just good.
How can people find out about your what you're coming up with, your music and your labels? Is there, because I noticed you've got an Instagram, but you haven't used in almost 10 years. So how do we find out what's going on with KeyWest?
No, I got a crew. My business partner Andre Hendricks, and Leo Marion and Leo Blaze. They handle most of that. I know, but Collective Records is the website that we have, with a KOLLECTVIVITIVE Records, and records, RECORDZ.
Okay.
Yeah, so spelled a little different. That's where all the artists are and some of the records, and quite sure people can connect us through there. I got a Facebook page for myself. I am not the biggest social media guy, but please, if anybody, you got some talent, you got some records and some, please find me, because I'll get back to you, because I'm always looking for talented people.
Oh, you say you're looking for talented artists to work with?
Absolutely. I got a nice stable, and I got some good talented people, but you never turn away, because you may be able to direct people to other people also.
Okay.
So you never turn away talented people who are hungry and ready to work, and that are creative and love what they do. Because even if it's not for me, it could be for someone else.
Yeah.
And if I can help, I'm all about helping people. So if I can help someone direct them to somewhere else, I'm all for it.
Okay, so they can go to they should reach out to Collective Records.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Email address is keywestmusic@yahoo.com. That's KEYWESTMUSIC@yahoo.com.
Okay, I'll put that out there. My niece is a singer, songwriter, producer. She plays bass and the guitar, plays keyboards, and she writes, and very much of the a cross between Jasmine Solomon and and those kind of things. So, but she's here in England, so it's a little bit different being a sort of a soul singer in the UK, because there's not the outlet as they are in the States.
Right. That sounds like a talented young lady. Yes.
Yes, I will send her your way as well. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for being part of the Halftime Chat community. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. But most importantly, why don't you consider being a member? That's a way of supporting the channel, but also getting a lot of videos ahead of time, a lot of behind the scenes stuff, and some exclusive content that doesn't get shared. But anyway, thanks for watching, and thanks for being part of Halftime Chat. Sweet.